Exodus 36. Bezalel, Oholiab, and all the other workers to whom the Lord has given skill and understanding, who know how to make everything needed to build the sacred tent, are to make everything just as the Lord has commanded. The people give more than enough. Moses called Bezalel, Oholiab, and all the other skilled men to whom the Lord had given ability and who were willing to help, and Moses told them to start working. They received from him all the offerings which the Israelites had brought for constructing the sacred tent. But the people of Israel continued to bring Moses their offerings every morning. Then the skilled men who were doing the work went and told Moses, "The people are bringing more than is needed for the work which the Lord commanded to be done." So Moses sent a command throughout the camp that no one was to make any further contribution for the sacred tent, so the people did not bring any more. What had already been brought was more than enough to finish all the work. Building the tabernacle. The most skilled men among those doing the work made the tent of the Lord's presence. They made it out of 10 pieces of fine linen woven with blue, purple, and red wool and embroidered with figures of winged creatures. Each piece was the same size, 14 yards long and 2 yards wide. They sewed 5 of them together in one set and did the same with the other 5. They made loops of blue cloth on the edge of the outside piece in each set. They put 50 loops on the first piece of the first set and 50 loops matching them on the last piece of the second set. They made 50 gold hooks, with which to join the 2 sets into one piece. Then they made a cover for the tent out of 11 pieces of cloth made of goat's hair. They made them all the same size, 15 yards long and 2 yards wide. They sewed 5 of them together in one set and the other 6 in another set. They put 50 loops on the edge of the last piece of one set and 50 loops on the edge of the other set. They made 50 bronze hooks to join the 2 sets, so as to form one cover. They made 2 more coverings, one of ram's skin dyed red and the other of fine leather, to serve as an outer cover. They made upright frames of acacia wood for the tent. Each frame was 15 feet tall and 27 inches wide, with 2 matching projections, so that the frames could be joined together. All the frames had these projections. They made 20 frames for the south side, and 40 silver bases to go under them, 2 bases under each frame to hold its 2 projections. They made 20 frames for the north side of the tent, and 40 silver bases, 2 under each frame. For the back of the tent, on the west, they made 6 frames, and 2 frames for the corners. These corner frames were joined at the bottom and connected all the way to the top. The 2 frames that formed the 2 corners were made in this way. So there were 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. They made 15 crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames on one side of the tent, 5 for the frames on the other side, and 5 for the frames on the west end, at the back. The middle crossbar, set halfway up the frames, extended from one end of the tent to the other. They covered the frames with gold and fitted them with gold rings to hold the crossbars, which were also covered with gold. They made a curtain of fine linen, woven with blue, purple, and red wool and embroidered it with figures of winged creatures. They made 4 posts of acacia wood to hold the curtain, covered them with gold, and fitted them with gold hooks. Then they made 4 silver bases to hold the posts. For the entrance of the tent they made a curtain of fine linen woven with blue, purple, and red wool and decorated with embroidery. For this curtain they made 5 posts fitted with hooks, covered their tops and their rods with gold, and made 5 bronze bases for the posts.